I have always believed in giving people power and control over their lives. Control over the public services they use, how they access childcare, benefits and housing support. Control over their data and who sees it. And control over the choices they make to rent or buy a home, apply for a job, open a bank account, and much more besides. In the age of the smartphone, we can take this control quite literally into our own hands. But too often, it feels like we're at the mercy of a system that doesn't work for us as well as it should. One with endless form filling and bureaucracy just to prove who you are, where you might need your passport to apply for a job, your national insurance number to pay tax, your driving licence to buy a pint or a glass of wine, if you're lucky enough to be asked. And most frustratingly of all, you might have to rummage around in a drawer looking for an old electricity bill just to open a bank account or join the library or enrol your children in school. It's time to fix this, to put power back in people's hands, to get more out of our public services, and to bring the UK into the modern age. Madam Deputy Speaker, there are 3 reasons why we want to introduce a new free digital ID available to all UK citizens and legal residents above the age of 16. First, it's about giving people greater agency over their lives. In over 15 years as a local MP, I think I've lost count of the number of people who've come to me because they have struggled to get the public services they need or had to battle for support from different parts of the welfare state. I'm sure many honourable members will know this is a frustratingly similar story. They're passed from one person to another, asked to repeat their story and provide basic information time and time again, that they're made to fit into a system rather than the system working for them, which ultimately leaves them feeling like they're a number on a list, not a human being with a life. Bringing in a new digital ID is about far more than replacing numerous bits of paper just to prove who you are. It's about changing the way the state interacts with its citizens through what I like to see as a new digital key that unlocks better, more joined up and effective public services which actually talk to one another and fit around you. In building our new system, we will learn from the experiences of other countries, some of whom have had digital ID for over 20 years. Many show us just how transformative this can be. In Denmark, a graduate applying for jobs only has to log into a portal once, and their ID automatically links to their school records, saving them retyping their qualifications each time. In Finland, a parent can go online to register their children for daycare without uploading a payslip or putting in their salary, and the site automatically calculates the right fee. And in Estonia, a digital ID means that when you have a baby, you don't have to go to a local office to register the birth or sign up for childcare benefits or apply for nursery places. It happens automatically from day one in the hospital, so parents are free to focus on what matters most. Digital ID has the potential to empower millions of people like this right here in the UK, with quick, effective, seamless and secure integration between different government systems. We know that the Tell Us Once service makes the process of registering a death more straightforward, but we shouldn't have to wait till the end of someone's life to offer them joined up personalised support. So our new system will help modernise government services to fit around people's lives rather than forcing them to fit into the system. The second reason for introducing digital ID is to offer greater security and actually greater control over your own data. Other countries who've introduced digital ID find that digitally checked credentials are far more secure than physical documents. They are much less likely to be lost or stolen. They've reduced errors and mistakes, and they've helped crack down on fraudsters who can ruin people's lives. Privacy and security will be hardwired into the system from the start. There will be no pooling of people's private information into a single central data set. It will be a federated data system, and user control will be at the heart of our plans. With a digital ID, you could end up having more choice over what you show the world, not less, So if you're buying a drink at the bar, instead of showing a physical driving licence revealing your full name and address, you'll be able to prove that you're over 18 without even showing your exact birthday if you don't want to. We will ensure our digital ID operates to international best practice standards for data security and privacy. And we're working closely with the National Cyber Security Centre to ensure it keeps pace with the changing threats we face. The third and final reason for introducing digital ID is to deliver greater fairness by showing exactly who has the right to work here in the UK. Madam Deputy Speaker, digital ID is not a silver bullet to tackling illegal immigration, but it will be a deterrent to would-be migrants who are considering coming to the UK, alongside all the other action we're taking. And making ID checks both mandatory and digital for all employers will provide us with far more actionable intelligence so we can move swiftly to identify rogue employers who aren't following the rules. Under this government, illegal working arrests have gone up 50% in the last year. That is progress, but our digital ID will help us to do more. It will be mandatory for right-to-work checks by the end of this Parliament, helping tackle illegal working, cracking down on rogue employers, creating a level playing field for those employers who actually do the right thing, and giving people who do have the right to be here the cast iron guarantee that this is your country and you are welcome in the UK. In order for our new ID to be both effective and fair, it must be genuinely inclusive. That is non-negotiable for the government and for me personally. Currently, around 1 in 10 UK adults don't have a passport or a driver's licence to prove their identity, and around 1.5 million people don't have a smartphone, laptop or tablet or are digitally excluded for another reason. We're already making progress with our Digital Inclusion Action Plan. We'll continue to work closely with all the relevant organisations to understand the barriers to inclusion, how they can be overcome, so we bring everyone into the system. I want to hear directly from honourable members across the House about these matters, and from those in the digital identity sector who've got so much experience to learn from. We'll consider physical alternatives to the virtual document and face-to-face support for those who need it, like the 5% of UK households who don't have home internet access. But ultimately, we want Britain to be a country where everybody has digital skills and access to be part of the modern world, including through our new digital ID to unlock more effective services and support. In conclusion, Madam Deputy Speaker, we will launch a full consultation on our plans by the end of this year, including with parliamentarians, the devolved administrations and members of the public. Legislation informed by this process will follow shortly afterwards. I know there are many questions honourable members will have, and I really look forward to taking them. But let me just say this. 92% of people over 16 already have a smartphone. Many of us already use digital credentials held in our phone wallets, from tickets to events and online banking to storing boarding passes. People should expect the same service from the government. Indeed, we should be criticised if we weren't modernising our services to make them more easier and more convenient for the public. Years from now, when we look back, I believe having your ID on your phone will feel like second nature, putting more power directly into people's hands, giving them more control over how they interact with government and a whole range of services. That is something worth striving for, and I commend this statement to the House.